Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so happy that you are here. Today is fair day. We are entering stuff in the fair today. So I am finishing up the little bitty pieces that need to be finalized on projects so I can haul all my stuff to the fair. So that's what we're doing today, working on Harry Potter. Hey friends, thank you for joining me at the dining table. I am still working on putting, finishing touches, putting pieces together to complete projects. And so today, that's what I'm doing, working on some projects, and I'm just recording up some videos. So I have a doll that I actually made. Oops, that's not it. I have a doll that I actually made on one of my knitting machines. And so he has just been floating around this house, wishing he was a real boy. So we got to get him done today. He needs to turn into a real boy. So let me see what needs to be done here. First off, I need to close his head up. Let me see if I have enough strength in my hands to close him up. You know, he's going to wear a hat. So I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't finish him, because it knotted up right here, and I couldn't get it to drawstring together to finish up, and so yeah, that's what happened. But he's gonna have a hat on. Let me just make sure the hat does fit. Which hat's he gonna wear? I have two different ones here, and I didn't know which one was going to fit him the best. I was hoping this one will fit him, so I can save this other hat for something else. Like just a hat on its own. Hold on, let me just try to put his head in here. Yeah, I think that'll work. I wanted it to show his brown hair. So that works. That works for me. And I am going to glue the edge of this down, because his head, see what happened to his head? And I cannot get it to close up all the way. The yarn is just, it won't pull. It's knotted. It's supposed to be like drawstring, but it is not. So we don't have time to fool with that today. We do not have time to play games today. So what we're going to do is just tie this off, since he's going to have a hat on, and I am going to glue the hat down, like I said. I'm going to put it on him and glue around the edge to just secure that, it stays on, and nobody will ever know unless they cut it off. And that won't be happening at the fair. So I'm just tying these two strands in knots. Okay, so this was made on my Michael's knitting machine. Is the one this was made on. So, no, I'm not saying run out and buy a Michael's knitting machine. Those are very overpriced at Michael's. I'm just going to say that. Oh, how about to sit down? I did purchase mine back when they used to have 60% off coupons every now and then. They used to have the 40% off like every week. Those days are gone. So, and then sometimes they would have the 60% off. I did get my Michael's knitting machine. It's loops and thread at that time. Now, I will say that machine, if you go on, search for reviews for that, you're going to come up with all kinds of bad reviews. I've had mine since Dakota worked at Michael's many, many years ago, and it still works just fine. But you know what? I baby that machine. I am very, very careful with it. I do not use a tool on the handle. Those machines were not made for that. I know lots of people do it. I'm not going to. I know that people do it, and that's fine. They can do what they want to do with their machine. I'm just very careful, and I baby my knitting machines. Okay, so that was my first knitting machine. And then later, my kids surprised me with an Addy for Christmas. I had bought the small Addy by saving up some Amazon gift cards that the hospital gave me every time I went for a infusion at one time, many years ago. And so I ended up, saving those for and bought a small Addy machine, a little knitting machine. Oh, it's got some. And so my kids ended up buying me an Addy machine. Now I want to do a full video, a review on Addy knitting machines. I do have several different brands and different sizes. I want to do a review on that because I just think most people think, oh, I gotta have an Addy, I gotta have an Addy. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like an Addy is the best. I mean, it's a good machine, but it's still a machine that's still going to tear up over time, right? I do think they all will tear up over time. But I think you can buy a cheaper machine and take care of it. Okay, so these arms, what am I doing? Okay. Let me sit down here and see. First off, I need to thread. See if I can't get both of these in on this long needle. This long needle has come in handy so much over the years. A subscriber did gift this needle to me. It was a pack of, and they're called like upholstery needles, and I think you can get them at Walmart. Y'all, I'm doing this blind as a bat. I can't see anything. Oh, something that, oh no. Yeah, these are called upholstery needles, and I know at one time I did see some at Walmart, but they are awesome, very long, sturdy needles for doing things like this right here. I'm putting movable arms on Mr. Harry. Okay, so this is going to be Harry Potter. I've never watched not one of those movies, and I was asking Big Daddy some questions last night about should I put this in his hand? And he was like, well, those fly around. I think he catches it in his mouth. I'm like, well, can he hold it in his hand? And he said, well, did he in the movie? I was like, well, I don't know. I've never watched the movie. I've never watched these movies. Okay, so I want his hand about at his waist. So that's how I'm gauging this. And I don't know. I'm just putting it in, okay? I'm just putting it in. Maybe they'll come up the same. I don't know. If I was at my desk, I could probably see a little better. Okay, so on this side, I have another arm to stick in. Okay. All right, and that one strand of this is shorter, so I'm trying to be careful to keep that on here. And I'm going to try to go in about the same hole, maybe one hole lower. And I'm going to come out maybe one hole lower. And I'm going to go all the way through his arm. And that is pulling this arm up over here. Let me see if I got all my... I used to do these kind of dolls a lot, and I haven't in a while. Whew. Yeah. Okay, I do want to pull this like really tight because it will kind of loosen up a little bit. And I'm going to go back in like one stitch above. Okay. And again, I'm going to pull it tight on here and just push this through. Come out and go all the way through his arm. Get it coming to the right spot. All right. I just pushed it all the way through his arm. Poke myself. Oh. Oh, I'm trying to pull that through. Okay, let me sit down. I've been working hard, trying to get these last minute projects done. Okay, so I'm pulling it through, but I'm getting some resistance. So I'm trying to get my thumb in between the yarns. And I can't. There's a string, and this is the string I think I'm trying to pull through. I got my thumb through it, but I was going in the wrong direction to pull. I'm scared my yarn is going to snap in there, and then yeah, I'm scared the yarn is going to snap, and then I won't have it to pull. Now I'm getting it. Whew, that was a workout, pulling that through like that. Everything is kind of a workout for me. Okay, so what I need to do is pull this tight and go back through just through the arm and then tie this yarn off. Okay, but I don't have, one of these strands is really short. So I'm going to see if I can tie a knot right here. I need one more hand. Can somebody hold this for me? If you could just hold this down for me like that. Sassy, where are you when I need you? I guess I managed. It's doable. All right, I tied it in a bunch of knots. And then I need to take that yarn and go through. I'm gonna trim this one off so I'm not dealing with such a long piece. I think I can take this one and probably put them both through it and then just kind of hide it inside the arm. Oh goodness. And I want to run my needle. I want to run it this way, but it's not going that way. That's fine. Oh, it's got a little fuzz on this black. May have to get Big Daddy to pick all the fuzz off for me before we leave for the fair. Okay, and so this piece here, same thing. It's this arm over here, and I'm just going to tie this in a bunch of knots. But I am going to cut. I'll cut it, but I left it a little longer than the other one. And I'm just going to tie it in several knots here so that it's secure. I know it's wanting to do its own thing and not play right with me today. So what do y'all think about Harry? I'm not quite finished with him. I got glasses for him, and I may take one of these pieces of black strands and crochet him a little, I'm not crochet, but stitch him on a little scar. And that is up under that arm, so I'm just going to slip it. Alright, now his hat. Looks like I got a tail here that needs to be weaved in. Are all these... Looks like I got a lot of tails in here. I'm going to knot them if they're not. They're not as knotted. That's knotted. That's knotted. They all seem to be knot. I've already knotted them. Okay, so I'm going to just trim this off just a tiny bit. Something sticky is on my scissors. Well, hello, Sassy. Did you come to say hello? Or did you check out what all is going on down there? I've got different projects and things just here waiting on me to show them some attention. All right. Uh-oh. There was one more tail, Sassy. One more tail. I'll go ahead and just kind of weave this in where I'm going to, what do you call that? Oh, weaving it in. Weave it in a little bit. Let me see. All right. Now, let's put your hat on, boy. I want to be a real boy. All right, let me see. Yeah, I think some hot glue on that to glue that hat down would be best. That way you can still see he has some hair. All right, and then look what we got right here. Guess I should stand up and look at it from above. There he goes. There you go. Harry. Is that the Henry or Harry? Yeah, Harry. And I could crochet, no, not crochet, but kind of slips. Here's my little guy and my big guy. So he got a hat and he got a scarf. Now I could come back right here and just this brown yarn will work. Let me do that. So what y'all think about Harry? I've never watched the movies, like I said. I just wasn't into that. I did go to an outdoor showing of a movie one time, but I was visiting with a friend. Our kids just sat there and watched the movie. I visited with a friend and enjoyed myself. Okay, so the idea is to go up through the center and just kind of make it look like it's two legs. And you have to pull real tight, so I don't know. But I do want to tie this off. I would have normally done this with black or gray, but that brown was over there. Probably just the right length. So there we go. Now I gotta sit down. Oh, all right. So the idea is just to keep going up in the center and pulling tight to make this look like two legs, you know, to give it just some little separation, indentation. And if it doesn't look right, I'm going to, if I get going on this and I don't feel like it looks right, I'm just going to cut it, tear it out, and just forget it. But I think it's going to look okay. So I'm not doing every stitch. You can see I'm skipping and just moving on up. I'm trying to do this quickly because I have some other things to kind of look at. Uh-oh, I knocked y'all. Uh-oh. I do have another piece of brown if this one don't go all the way to the waist. And now, of course, my yarn wants to split and act ugly. It would really help if I could see. I've been getting lucky, so I was, yes. It's always nice when you get lucky. If I remember correctly, I think I always kind of go back down. Oh, that went way too far over. Let me see. I don't want to pull it out and redo it. Okay. Now. Alright, now I'm going to come back through and try to go in these little places where it might not have sunk in enough. The back looks pretty good, really. Poke myself. It's the front that, you know, I'm having to work a little bit extra on. Oops. All right. My yarn's getting shorter and my needle is so long. I may have to change. I was hoping I could make it with this because I'm so close. I'm probably off camera a little bit, but I'm just trying to see. Yeah, my yarn is done run out. Okay, so that is really good. That looks good. You can see he's got two legs now. Shoes, pants, shirt, glasses, hat. And I don't know whether I'm gonna put this in his hand or not. Big Daddy never gave me an answer whether it goes in his hand or not. So I don't know. Change needles. I still got a good bit of brown here. It was just got too short for that long needle. I got a lot of large things I'm putting in the fair. Like, the turtle, this, the axolotl. You know, some of my things are quite large. Now, I'm going to try to come out down closer to this strand so I can just tie them together. A little lower, a little too far over. A little bit lower, right there. That's good, that's good. Oh, where'd my yarn go? I lost it. Oh. Sassy's like, what are you doing over there, woman? Okay, let me try that again. Go in right here, but I want to come out at the bottom. That's good, that's good. Now, so here we have a Harry Potter doll. I'm not sure what category it's going to go in either, but it'll go somewhere. And then if, you know, if anybody wanted to, they could come back on the front side of this and take some yarn and make shoelaces for him or any other doll, or ballet dolls. They can add ribbon. Trying to just yeah, they could come back. You could come back and put some shoelaces on here if you wanted to, just like, you know, doing the yarn like that and then tying it in a bow. Or you could take ribbon and put in the back and go, you know, go around the legs, going in, taking a needle and going through and making your ballet straps for the shoes and then tying it in the back, you know. So things can be done. I will probably add on a brown scar. Let's see, I might not do it right, but it'll be a scar and that's all that matters, okay? I'm not trying to do it exactly. I'm not trying to replicate it, just as long as it's recognizable. So I hope that people enjoy seeing this at the fair. Let me see what I do for that. And I think I even did this one backwards. But I think I'm going to start like right here. And so I would go back in. And maybe come up that same place. I don't know, I hadn't thought this out. And I don't have the scar like exactly what it's supposed to look like. And we'll come back out over here. So you can just see there's a scar. It goes up, down, up. And that's not the way it looks like on the real one, because I did look him up when I was doing that one. And I did it just a little wrong. A little bit wrong. My yarn is way too long. I'm just trying to tie a knot, and then I'm gonna hide this yarn. I was trying to leave it long enough to get it through with the needle. So guys, tell me what you think. How did he turn out? And hope that the ladies at the fair recognize him. It's older ladies that do the fair, and the judges and all that. It's older ladies, and so sometimes, you know, they might not watch some of these shows. As you all know, some of you probably never watched it. I know I haven't, but I do recognize him. You know, I do know who it is when I see a toy or whatever. You know, I do recognize who he is. Now I'm going to take my needle and pull those stitches up just a little, because I pulled it really tight. So I don't want his scar hidden all the way. Okay, so how's that? Now I'm just going to put some hot glue around his hat and glue that on, and I'll wait till Big Daddy gets up and ask him yes or no. Yes or no, I don't know. If I had a way to I could sew it on his hand. What else have I got left here? I could sew it on his hand, and then black's probably not the best color for that, but I just don't have time. Here's some right here. brought all my, not scrap yarns, but all my yarns in here for the kids to make stuff on the knitting machines. And I'm going to do this kind of long so that these long needles work. Okay, let me figure this out. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I went just to the next stitch here so that yellow doesn't show on top of this hand. Okay. Trying to come through right up under that wing, and I have no idea what this ball is called, but I know it's something to do with this movie. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Whew. My back is killing me. I've worked hard on this stuff. I'm trying to come out below the wing. I think I got it. Okay. See, I got a strand here and a strand here. I'm trying to pull this strand tight. And I'm going to go back through the ball and all the way through the hand. Just going over in the next stitch over. Okay, so this one, I'm going to go back through the hand and come out on this side and knot that off together and then put it inside his arm or his hand or something, somewhere. So I'm going to kind of pull this. Trying to come one stitch over. Okay. Now, how's that work? Like I said, I don't know if he's supposed to hold it or not. Maybe not. If Big Daddy says, no, don't put that in his hand, then I will cut it off. I can go, if he says no, then I can pull this back right here and cut those where it's going into the hand, and it'll just release the whole ball. That's why I did it this way, going in and out. Okay. I'm just going to thread this back through just to hide the yarn inside the hand. And actually, I can go through the hand and come out through the ball. Pull that kind of tight and snip it. All right, there he is. There's Harry. Harry Potter. There's a little Harry and a big Harry. Tell me what you guys think is this about this. How do you liked it all? How it turned out? And we will see y'all later. Bye, friends. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining me and hanging out with me. Thank you for visiting with me today. I enjoyed your company while I was working away, trying to finish up projects to take up to the fair. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet or do something else that you enjoy. Bye, friends. I'll see you in the next video.